The leaders of France, Germany and Poland are set to descend on Moldova today. Their visits, aimed at showing solidarity to the country, comes a day before campaigning starts for next month's 10th parliamentary election. The vote has faced claims of Russian interference in the pro-EU nation bordering Ukraine. French President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz and Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk will meet Moldova's President Maia Sandu to celebrate the country's 34th Independence Day as she pushes for EU membership. Well, let's cross live now to the Moldovan capital. France 24's Clovis Casali is following events for us there. Clovis, of course, this is meant to be a real show of support for the president of Moldova, isn't it?
Indeed, a show of support, of unity, and the entourage of French President Emmanuel Macron telling us that Poland, Germany and France are on the same line. They share the same view. This visit is all about showing that they want the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of Moldova defended. Moldovan President Maia Sandu is pro-European, and she's invited these leaders on this very special day, National Day, Independence Day, 34 years after it gained independence from the Soviet Union. And the leaders will be coming to the Moldovan capital. Here in the heart of the capital, well, there will be addressing an estimated crowd of 100,000 people at least taking part in festivities. There will be here a giant concert, and Chancellor Merz, Prime Minister Tusk of Poland and French President Emmanuel Macron will also say a few words to the crowd. It's important to understand that Moldova is a very small country, 2.4 million inhabitants, one of the poorest, if not the poorest, on the European continent. It borders EU member Romania, but also war-torn Ukraine. In the face of the Russian aggression of Ukraine, well, there are strong fears here in Moldova that Russia wants to keep a very strong influence here, and there has been ongoing interference in previous balance in recent months. Just for the anecdote, we are here in the capital of Moldova. We're some 80 kilometers only from the border with Ukraine, and only 157 kilometers from Odessa, where Russia has been carrying airstrikes for the past 3 years, targeting Ukraine. So, of course, here in Moldova, that war in Ukraine is in people's minds, and it's crucial, of course, also for European leaders to say that the same fate won't happen here in Moldova.
Well, you mentioned there the claims about Russian interferences. Tell us what Russia is being accused of exactly.
Well, for the past few months, the pro-European president of Moldova, Maia Sandu, has been alerting international leaders, saying Russia is and has been interfering in the politics here in Moldova, trying to destabilize the country, destroy its democratic institutions. It paid voters, an estimated 10% of voters here in Moldova, to vote for pro-Russian parties in the previous presidential election, as well as in the referendum on joining the EU, where the Moldovans voted, a majority of them voted in favor of joining the EU, and that's of course not something that pleases Moscow. Worth pointing out also that here in Moldova you've got a region bordering Ukraine, Transnistria, which is separatist, and where you still have at least 1,500 Russian troops stationed. In terms of interference, Russia has got trolls, is paying people to spread misinformation on social media, spreading lies on the pro-European president of Moldova, Maia Sandu, fabricating news, trying to sway voters, influence them, and also support pro-Russian parties here in Moldova. So this visit of Emmanuel Macron, Chancellor Merz and Donald Tusk of Poland is highly symbolic and a way to show that the EU is supporting Moldova and that Russia has no right to interfere in this sovereign country.
Clovis, thanks so much for that update. Clovis Casali there reporting from the Moldovan capital.